Hey guys, ChrisFix here, and today, you've got to be kidding me. Well, today, we were supposed to go drifting. So this event is going to be the last one of the year because, well, I think you could figure out why. And the event is called Sleigh Ride, which is living up to its name, that is for sure. Luckily, the event is 2 days, today and tomorrow, because I'm not sure I want to take that long drive to the track in the snow in a rear-wheel drive Mustang. I don't know if that's a good idea. How you doing?
I love the videos, man.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
How are the roads out there?
They're all like this, really. Almost 60.
Stay safe out there, man. And the snowplow guy is a fan. How cool is that? So although there isn't much snow, it's not worth taking the drive and risking wrecking the car. So I'll just go tomorrow, and it's supposed to be nicer out anyway. Besides, the track is probably sloppy and covered in snow. So I mean, what are we gonna do? Drift our trucks? And even if we do get the cars out there, those tires are gonna be so cold, to get any grip at all, you're gonna have to heat them up. But it is tempting to try to go out to the track because one thing I know for sure, they are definitely having a good time. All right, now that is better. Check it out, we have 60 degrees and no more snow. What a difference a day will do. So now I want to get the DriftStang all ready for drifting. The only thing I need to do is I need to put some rear tires on. I got them all set up outside. Let's go jack up the car, get the tires on, then head out. These are my brand new wheels and tires that I use for the street, and these are the drift wheels and tires that I use for the track, since the tires are older and they're almost worn out. So if you guys remember my first drift event, I had a hard time because there was so much understeer and I kept going off the track. And the main reason for that is because the front tires had no grip. They're completely worn out and the compound's just not good. And no grip in the front means understeer. So what I decided to do is get some brand new tires. The compound is nice and grippy. We have plenty of tread, and that should hopefully either reduce or eliminate all that understeer. So we have brand new tires in the front to hopefully reduce understeer, and then in the rear we have our old tires, which should be easy to break loose and get sideways. And with that being said, you know what time it is? It's time to go to the track. So we're going to my second drift event ever, but between the first event and the second event, I went to a drift clinic for beginners. At the clinic, we jumped in the back of the trucks, and we took a tour of the front track.
It's like a haunted hayride there. Now Lewis is going to be our commentator here today.
On the tour, we stopped at every turn to go over how to drift each turn.
Here's what we're doing. When you're coming into this, you're going to always want to have more speed than you need.
And then after the tour, we got back in our cars and applied what we learned. This was my first time on the front track and my first time in the rain, so it did take some getting used to. Like this hill here is so slippery that you barely have to hit the gas to start sliding. But then on the downhill for the next turn, you need to get a lot of speed and clutch kick pretty hard to slide. And the last part was the hardest to do, and I just kept spinning. But it was a lot of fun applying what I learned and actually seeing some results. So I really can't wait to see what I could do today on the back track. And with that said, we are here, so let's get our tech inspection done.
Yo, you gotta teach all these other Mustang dudes how to make their batteries
shift knob.
And the car hasn't changed at all since the last time, so we passed no problem.
Alright, you all set?
So now we have to wait for everybody else to get teched. People are doing some last minute modifications, like rolling the fender to make room for the tires. And check out this Fox body Mustang. Hydraulic e-brake, racing seat, gutted interior, and then check out that angle. That is gonna have to happen to the DriftStang after I get a couple more events under my belt. Alright, finally, it looks like it's time to get onto the track, but we have one thing that we need to check: tire pressure. So we want to check our tire pressure before we head out there because tire pressure is very important, especially when it's wet. 29, that's probably just about right. I want to make sure the other side's 29. 30, lower the pressure just a little bit. 29, okay. And with that, the tire pressure is set, so let's go drift. and we are on the track. Wish me luck. This is my first time on the backtrack in the rain, and my second time at a drift event. Just to refresh your memory from the first event, the backtrack has 3 main turns. We stage at the grid, and then there's turn 1, turn 2, and turn 3. So let's see how much better we could get today. I really wanted to focus on driving, so I didn't talk to the camera. Rather, I'm gonna let you guys know what I was thinking and doing turn by turn. For my first lap, I was just getting a feel for the backtrack in the rain. For turn 1, I'm just doing a little clutch kick, and I realized quickly that turn is very slick. Now for turn 2, I knew this was gonna need a stronger clutch kick with my experience from the last event. And that was strong enough, but I need more speed to give me more momentum to pull me around the turn instead of spinning out. But that's not easy because the more speed you have, the more nerve-wracking it is. And for the last turn, I'm just gonna clutch kick again. And I've been able to drift this turn pretty well, even at the last event. So that was my first lap. Then I started doing lap after lap and slowly honing my skills to try to adjust every time I messed up. The focus for me right now is not to link every turn and drift a complete circuit. Rather, I want to learn each turn separately. For anyone just starting, you can't be afraid to mess up and spin out. That's all part of the learning process, although it definitely does get frustrating. Since I keep spinning on the wet track, I need more grip, so I lowered the air pressure in the tires from 29 to 25 psi. And one tip that the guys running the event told me is to try to use the e-brake. And since my e-brake was stock, try pumping it because for some reason it locks up better doing that. After a few attempts, I was finally able to get the hang of it, and I was initiating the first drift with the e-brake. Then I started focusing on the second turn. For this turn I was clutch kicking, which worked well. I just had to stop being so nervous and increase my speed. And after a few runs, I did exactly that, and I got good at drifting the second turn in the rain. And then for some reason the final turn comes naturally to me. Even at the first event, I was able to drift this. A simple clutch kick, a little turn in, and man, that feels good. So I did start getting the hang of all 3 turns, but I still need a ton of practice. And after a bunch of runs, I wanted to take a quick break and meet up with all the fans that came out to watch me on this rainy day. So we got a bunch of fans here, subscribers. How's everybody doing? Grab some keychains.
Thanks, man.
Oh, sweet, thanks, dude. Because I'm totally out of keychains.
That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We also have this. I took it off my 04. I have a V6 Mustang.
Okay.
But I bought it on Amazon. It's sick. It's a 50 caliber bullet. It's actually an antenna. It works.
Awesome, man.
It's pretty sick.
I'm gonna have to put this on. Thank you very much. That's cool. So this will be on the DriftStang. Yes. I love when you guys want to contribute to the car. That is awesome. Let's get this antenna on, which is gonna match the wrap I'm planning on doing in the future. The stock antenna just unscrews, and then the new 50 cal bullet antenna screws right on. I love it. Thank you so much. Now let's get back out there. For the rest of the day, I kept practicing run after run, and I was having such a good time. Not only was I getting better, but I was simply having a lot of fun. Compared to the last event, I only went off the track once this event. And well, I got stuck and had to get towed out.
Dude, if you grabbed the e-brake right over there, you would have had
I
it.
felt so good. I was going a little bit too fast.
Brakes, if you grabbed e-brake.
If I grabbed the e-brake instead of hitting the brakes,
and you would have
it felt perfect.
dragged it out a little bit and then just powered through.
But that's why I showed you guys how to install tow straps, right? And they did work perfectly. After getting towed back onto the track, I had my best run ever. I used everything I knew and just put it all together. Getting the rear end right to the edge of the track. I mean, I just nailed the first turn and smoked the tires almost all the way to the second turn. The transition into the second turn went smoothly. But I got too excited and lost speed for that last turn and spun out. But wow, did that feel awesome. I'm at the point where I need to start learning how to connect each drift so I could complete one drift for the entire course. But man, was I excited. Unfortunately, the day had to come to an end. I got one more? We're done. And that also meant my first season of drifting ended as well. Now we have to wait till the spring to start the new drifting season. So I want to give you guys a quick preview of what to expect with the drift build videos coming up very soon. First thing, this car needs to get cleaned off because it is a mess. Luckily, the sealant I applied from the super clean video will make this nice and easy. All you have to do is hose down the car, foam it up real good with some car soap, and then hose down the car again, and she is as good as new. And all that dirt is gone. Now, because I've been getting tons of questions, I want to give you guys an update about everything that's coming up for the DriftStang. Let's start with the hydraulic e-brake. So I have an ASD hydraulic e-brake that I will be installing with dual caliper brackets and dual calipers in the rear. So all this stuff is going to be going into the car, but that can't happen until I get my racing seats. That way, when I finally get this in the car, I'll know if there's any clearance issues with the new racing seats or not. I already took a trip and sat in a bunch of different racing seats to find the one that fit me the best. So I'm going to pull the trigger on those seats soon. Once I get those seats in, our hydro e-brake is going in. Stay tuned for that video. Next, I have these awesome coilovers from QA1. So we have our rear coilovers and our front coilovers, and not only is this going to make the ride that much stiffer so we have better control while we're drifting, but it's also going to lower the DriftStang, which will lower the center of gravity, and also I know you guys can't wait to see the car get lowered just for the looks. I'll also be installing a quick release steering wheel to make it easier to get in and out of the car when I finally get a cage in it. And finally, I think you can see it here, we have some high flow cats, we have an X pipe, and then we have electric cutouts. So this exhaust build is going to be fun because we're going to be able to change the exhaust sound with the flip of a switch. So there you go, I'm slowly getting better, and this has all been quite the experience. I can't wait to get these parts in and go drifting again. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and don't forget to consider subscribing to get updates on these install videos coming up.